Somebody called me today and wanted to find out whether Sky was back fully or whether he was just making a cameo. So I wanted you to yield the space to him to tell us. Because you have
on the spot
to unleash Sky on the unsuspecting public on a Monday morning with his trademark laughter. You wonder whether you are dreaming or whether it's true. So I was so. Law school Buckingham University
Ghana. I want you to be big man. Opening this year.
Sky speaks elective error. I speak core.
You have to lift yourself up.
Stoneboy said, Bernard, you are an error man. Sky is an Igbe man. He said, Bernard, you are an error man. Sky is an Igbe man. Yeah, that's what Stoneboy said.
Yeah, Charlie.
So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You've been called to the bar. You've been called to various bars.
Yeah.
Richard Dela Sky Esquire.
So let's have it this way. 5 years ago, 5 years ago, he was a journalist who went abroad to try and better his lot. In the process, he acquired, I think, 4 qualifications, if not 5. So he has an LLB, which he got from Buckingham University. And if I'm wrong, correct me.
That's correct.
And then, with distinction, he has an LLM. He has 2 LLMs. Okay, the 2 areas, one is in financial crime and something. And one is in international something. So he has 2 LLMs. Okay, so 1 LLB, 2 LLMs, called to the English and Wales bar. And he passed that in one sitting. He wrote the exam. Just wrote the exam. You know, when he was doing the Afevia challenge, he went good. He said, Lafia. Macho Ghana, Mama feel like UK. So he put on that hat. You know that hat the AWM wear. Spoken as big tongues. And he clocked the paper in one sitting. Then he came to Ghana and said, Ghana, they let me hide. Because Ghana need buy a bag. Is this guy in Ghana? So he came back to Ghana. They say he has to pass the last one. Yes, so that one he was quiet. He went sit in the class. When Muslim, hey, Richie's guy, it's not me, it's my brother, it's my uncle. So he sat in that class and he wrote the exam and also passed in one sitting. So now he's been called to the Ghana bar. That was last Friday. So he left as
he's of good character.
He left as Richie Sky.
He's of good character.
Richie Sky. He's back as Richie Sky. LLB. LLM. Esquire. What else is the title?
So you added the Esquire today, so it's called Richie Squire.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Richie Sky has returned. And you know, one day I'll read the letter he wrote. When he was going, he wrote a letter. When he was coming, he wrote a letter. Some man has the 2. So when he can, he'll read both. The letter was like 3 pages.
Really?
And the letter was numbered. So,
it was a missive.
So, you know, if I didn't know, we're talking, someone say if he didn't know Sky went to do law, now we know.
Now we know.
Because when he was going, he wrote a normal letter. Yes, and then when he came back, the letter was bulleted and paragraphed. Seriously, with references.
What is all this?
Sky, do you have anything to tell the court?
What is all this?
Government. The guy write letter to some men where he bullet the letter, where he put like
reference and
bibliography. So you are so you are back. Are you back? Are you a legal journalist or a journalistic lawyer? What are you?
Are you
a legal journalist?
You know, journalism is my first love.
Thank you.
And when I was leaving,
so you left the economics.
No, the economics is still there.
Okay.
When I was leaving, I promised that I was going to come back.
Yeah, man.
So I am back.
You're back.
Yeah, and but I mean that's a beautiful one. I'm so grateful to the management and staff of Citi FM for all the support that I received when I said that it was about time, you know, to go and pursue further studies. Many people don't know that in 2017 I had a car crash, and that put me in hospital bed and at home for close to a year.
Yeah.
When I was off air, I heard all kinds of things. Oh, a new government had come. And
so he has run away.
I had run away, but actually, I was almost not even walking because the prediction was I was never going to walk again. You know, but you know, Bernard was a brother together with Mauli Chikata and the rest of the team. They came to my home almost every 2 weeks to pray for me. And that was really helpful in the recovery process.
Yeah.
And so when I started working again after medical interventions and physiotherapy, a scholarship that I had received. In fact, the day I received notice of the scholarship, that was when I had the accident. So I was to go and study in the UK.
The devil is a bad devil.
But God is a good God.
Yeah, in economics. But then, nothing happened.
Yes.
So towards the end of the year,
Charlie?
I had received communication of some application I had made that they
Yes.
wanted to give me for international relations at Buckingham.
Yes.
So I wrote back to the school and
Yes.
told them that, look, they should change it to law.
Thank you.
So they amended.
He wants to face the law school.
Yeah, so I could go rest, receive, further attention, and then also do law. And when I spoke to Samens about it, on this note, let me thank him for his own personal interest.
The papacy.
Yeah, if he's somewhere.
No, he's a big man.
He's hiding in the
No,
corner.
he's
don't
a
worry.
big
Like,
man.
okay. So when I spoke to him about it, he didn't hesitate at all. He thought it was a
all.
good idea,
all.
and supported me greatly as a person, and also ensured that the Citi FM team and management put their strength behind me, and I left the jurisdiction to go and pursue.
You left
law.
the jurisdiction.
Yeah, and I must say that
5 years.
personally talking about Samens,
Yeah, man.
I remember that when I first wanted to go to university,
Charlie?
I came to his office, and that was after I spoke to Bernard.
Charlie?
I said, "Oh, Charlie, I'm going to do what do you call it?
Public admin.
Public admin."
Collect your deadline. Get away from my office.
I said I was going to do public
No, it's public admin.
public administration.
Public something. Public relationship.
Papa Sam said, "My friend, get out there with this public."
Do you know public relationship?
And he will use his left hand. Say, collect your thing, you go and think. So I went, he came back to me and said, look, it will not open my mind the way I wanted. Although it was a great field, he didn't think that I suited that space. So he actually asked me to go and do economics.
Yeah, man.
So I went to do economics at
Gimpa.
Gimpa. And that was my first degree, finished in 2013.
Yes,
and a few years on, I went to the UK to do law. God was good, although it was difficult because of the back issues that I had because of the accident. The initial
It was tough.
semester was really bad. It was tough. But as time went on, I picked up.
I went to visit Sky in his room and Charlie. you know those post-it notes.
Yes.
Hey, Kukui. Just say open it Kase law. There is summarizing. If it reads one book, he summarizes the book on pieces of paper. Then he puts the highlights. It was crazy, and he founded. He didn't tell you something. Sky founded a group called Ubasogu.
Yeah, he was the founder and president.
So
What is Ubasogu?
he
It
founded
sounds like a Zulu tribe.
University of Birmingham, old students of Ghanaian origin.
And invited the vice president to come to launch it.
He founded a thing in his room. He wrote
The
letters.
group died with his exit from the.
You know what he did? He founded a group, got the group ratified, invited all Ghanaians, invited the vice president to come and launch the thing. So the vice president was invited as a special guest. When he became vice president, he was so Dr. Bayama is an old student of
The university.
He said he didn't know anything called Ubasogu. All the former people from the school said they don't know anything called Ubasogu. But he got letterhead and everything for that. So he then went to speak at their very important graduation ceremony.
yes.
Dr. Bamia was a special guest.
Yes.
But before he addressed that congregation, he passed through Sky's organization. How many members do you have?
No. You see, we at the time when we started, we had about 70 something.
Now,
Students.
Really?
My presence there, the school is in contact with me. They tell me that because of
You have
my-
revived.
Yeah, that's like a lot more. In fact, for the very first
Yes,
time
sir.
in a long while, they came to Ghana. They came to do a special program to thank the members of the
Ubasogu.
former students. Yeah, that's right.
So you are the founding president.
Yes. I mean,
Who is your secretary?
My secretary is the difficulty is I don't have
Secretary.
I don't have the permission to disclose his name.
But do you have executive?
Yeah, there are
You have a
executive.
constitution?
Yeah, there's a constitution.
Okay, so have you handed over?
Well, yeah, I handed over properly. I handed over.
Have you heard about the assets of the organization?
Person died.
Found a near.
No, yeah, found a papa.
Found a near.
I've handed over property.
So you founded Ubasogu. No, help me pronounce that thing.
It's you be so good.
It's even worse.
You be so good.
University of Buckingham students of Ghanaian origin.
I'm telling you, it sounds like a clan.
Ubisogu, say yeah. Ubisogu, say yeah. Ubisogu, yeah. Ubisogu, yeah.